Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I will be talking about Protozoa, which is a single-celled organism that plays a major role in the environment and human health. My name is Kaleemullah, and this is my presentation. So, basically, starting with the first slide, what are Protozoa? There are different types of microscopic single-celled organisms that belong to the eukaryotic group. They act much like animals, showing movement and the ability to hunt and consume. They're tiny organisms. Most of them thrive in moist environments such as water or damp soil. History of discovery. Protozoa were first observed in 1670s by a discoverer known as Antony van Leeuwenhoek, one of the pioneers of microscopy. He discovered them while studying pond water. These early studies gave us major insights into the cell structure and helped launch the field of microbiology. Slide number 4, biological classification. Protozoa fall under the domain of Eukaryota and the kingdom of Protista. They are grouped by how they move and reproduce. Although they are single-celled, their behavior and complexity are quite advanced. And the next thing is their cell structure. Protozoa have a eukaryotic cell structure. That means they have internal organelles like a nucleus, cytoplasm, food vacuoles, and sometimes a contractile vacuole to control water. For movement, they may have cilia, flagella, or pseudophobia, as shown in the diagram. Now there are different types of protozoa. There are 4 main types. Amoeboids is one type which move with pseudophobia. Ciliates is another type which move using cilia. Flagellates is another type which use whip-like flagella. And lastly, soprozoans is another type which do not move in their adult form and are often parasitic. So firstly, talking about amoeboids, they are like amoeba, move by stretching. They move by stretching parts of their cells called pseudopodia. They use this same part to engulf food, which is a process known as phagocytosis. And this type of protozoa are commonly found in fresh water and soil. Next, ciliates. Ciliates are covered in short hair-like structures called cilia. These cilia help them swim and also move food into their mouth like opening. A well-known example of cilia is paramecium. And another type is flagellates. So flagellates move using their long tail-like structures called flagella. Some of them live freely, but many are parasites. To take an example of it, trypanosoma is an example of it, which causes sleeping sickness in humans. Sporozoans, they lack movement. They do not move on their own as adults. They reproduce through spores and often live as parasites inside animals, as shown in the diagram. And one of the famous examples of it is Plasmodium, which causes malaria. Up next, talking about the nutrition in protozoa. Most protozoa are heterotrophs, meaning they eat other organisms like bacteria. Some absorb nutrients directly from their environment, while others live as parasites and absorb nutrients from a host. Talking about the reproduction of protozoa, primarily they reproduce asexually through binary fission, where one cell splits into 2. Some species also reproduce sexually, using processes like conjugation or producing gametes. Their habitat is an important part of their reproduction, where they live. Their environment it is important for their survival, not only to survive but also to thrive. So they live in environments like fresh and salt water, moist soil, and even inside plants and animals. They thrive in places where there is moisture.